What's good, everybody? Good evening, good evening, good evening. As you can see, Jay-Z, he got accused, sorry, of one count of sexual assault. I think they said that he's got nine charges against him. Well, that's what they say. Not has he been charged? I don't think he's been charged. My apologies about that. So he's been accused. So we're gonna say allegedly to all of this. A 13-year the girl said the lady said she was 13-year old at the time, and it was P Diddy and Jay-Z that took turn. But Jay-Z is since put out a statement, and we're gonna be listening to what was said on on CNN, and then we're gonna go take a listen to the Breakfast Club and hear what they had to say about it all. Here we go.
Rap mogul Jay-Z is denying allegations he sexually assaulted a 13-year-old girl alongside rapper Sean Diddy Combs. That civil lawsuit filed against Combs in October was amended Sunday to include Jay-Z. The accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, says she was sexually assaulted by both men at a Video Music Awards after party in 2000. In a blistering statement, Jay-Z accuses Jane Doe's attorney of trying to blackmail him. He said further, quote, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree?" He added, "My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty."
So at the moment, the lawyer has put in a petition. It's a civil claim, not a criminal claim. Now, what I have to say about this is, if you see the DA or the feds get involved or Jay-Z gets involved, then they probably found some evidence in P. Diddy's locker with all of his evidence that he had, all of the information that he had, recordings and stuff like that. But until then, we have to say it's allegedly, because it's a civil thing. And what I want to say is towards this. In it, they were saying that the lawyer sent out a letter, to say that, like, they wanted money and stuff like that, and Jay-Z's not having none of it. And there's been a lot of debate all over social media whether or not Jay-Z is involved. And I've always said it, yeah. This roller coaster is just pulling out of the station, and it's just gonna get more and more. Are you gonna see more people get accused, more people get arrested, and a lot more is gonna come out of it, and a lot more allegations, and a lot. There's just so much more that's gonna be coming out of it. So let's finish hearing what they have to say about this.
Cruelty and greed of people. Joining us now, Joey Jackson, CNN legal analyst and criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor. There's a lot to unpack here. Joey, I want to start with just the statement from Jay-Z, which is so forceful in its denial. I just read a teeny part of it. It's long, where he says that they should file a criminal complaint. Is that even possible at this point?
So based on the allegations, Jessica, good morning. Good to see you. I think that it certainly could be. Why do I say that? Now, he, of course, is more than annoyed, would be an understatement. Yeah. He has a family and he has a lot to protect, including his brand. But to the extent that he's saying, hey, come after me criminally, that could be likely. Why do I say that? Because rape in New York, and what's alleged in this complaint, is forcible compulsion. What that means in English is that it's saying that he held her down, raped her, and that, of course, the allegation.
So as you hear, he said, allegation. So this is what is alleged to have happened, where she said that she was raped and Diddy watched while Jay-Z raped her, and then she said Diddy raped her and Jay-Z watched her. But they said there was another celebrity that didn't say nothing or done nothing to help her. So these are the allegations. So for now, it's just allegations because Jay-Z's not been arrested and he's not been charged. So I don't know why there's so much people, ready to put a sentence on him. But I'm just saying that he's not been charged. Once, like I said, once you see the feds or the DA getting involved and arrest is made, then trust me, there's something into something, because them guys don't really move unless they've got concrete evidence. And that's the reason why Jay-Z has not been charged with anything and he's not been arrested at all.
Is that Mr. Combs did the same thing. And so if those facts are actually accurate, it would require an investigation by prosecutors. And if true, right, you could pursue it criminally. Now, with respect to evidentiary value, yes, it happened 24 years ago, right? More than 24 years ago. But in the allegations, there's a few things. Number one, there's allegation that another celebrity was present at the time, right, in addition to other people. Number two, there's the claim by the victim, right, that she left, that she went and she was seen by a gas attendant who saw her in distress. Number three, that she phone called her dad, who showed up, the 13-year-old, and now removed her. So
we need to hear from the dad. And if they can find that gas attendant and to, corroborate her story, then you can start thinking and be like, oh, something might be into something. But, for people to be jumping the gun and start accusing and stuff like that. But I have to say, even though Jay-Z is saying that he didn't do it, remember, P didn't say that he didn't do nothing at all. He's innocent and he's accused wrongfully. R. Kelly said the same thing. Weinstein said the same thing. And, they ended up being found guilty. Well, Weinstein didn't. Well, Diddy's not found guilty as yet, but he's going to court. And they've got a lot of evidence in his yard. So we just have to just wait and see what's going on. A lot more celebrities are going to be called up. A lot more of them are going to be getting in trouble because there's so much of them that are involved in a lot of these disgusting stuff that's, going on right now. But like we say, we're going to say allegation and innocent until proven guilty.
Civil complaint, simply allegations, need to be proven in a court of law. But if true, it could rise to the level of criminality. And, we'll see what happens, or if the DA looks and investigates.
So what happens now?
So what happens now is this is simply a civil complaint. And in a civil complaint, it goes through the technical legal process. Now, the distinction, Jessica, between civil and criminal, of course, is that civil is for monetary damages, right? The system can only reward you with money. There's allegations that this 13-year-old is suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, suffered depression, etc. So now you go to fact-finding, right? Before that, just briefly, there was a demand letter sent. And a demand letter is a letter being...
So this is what I was talking about before. Yeah, demand letter that was sent. And that was for monies to be paid, to be paid so that it don't get put out or get put out, it being heard, so they could settle behind the scenes without none of this. But I'm simply saying, yeah, if it's something that as heinous as that and you don't want it to happen to any other kid or any other person, then money, you put that thing aside and you talk it out. Trust me, that's
sent by a lawyer saying, hey, I don't have to sue you. We can we can mediate it. If we reach an agreement, it never sees the light of day. Jay-Z saying, I don't care about your demand letter. I look at it as blackmail. You want to sue me, sue me. You want to look at it criminally, look at it criminally, but it'll go through the fact-finding process. If a trial is necessary to determine the facts, that's what will happen, but it'll be deemed civil. No indication at this point as to whether or not any criminal investigation will ensue as a result of this.
Yeah, and Jay-Z came back incredibly forcefully against these allegations and really singled out that attorney as well for being, I'm paraphrasing here, but greedy, saying he's out to get money, and calling that letter essentially blackmail.
Yeah, and in addition to that, Jessica, also suing the attorney, saying he's intimidating him, harassing him, etc. Now, demand letters are not new.
So Jay-Z's turned it around and, he wants to file a case against the attorney. But this is the attorney I think they said that he's got, he's representing 100 and odd people. 102 people against P. Diddy. So this is the same attorney that they're talking about.
What lawyers do is they send them out as a matter of protocol and practice so that you can expedite the process. At the same time, there's certain ethical standards that you have to use, and you have to have a good faith factual belief that this is true. Now, you can argue this complaint was filed in October, right? Could have mentioned Jay-Z then. You didn't. Why? It was amended now to include him. Are the factual assertions true? Are they fact or fiction? Is it a money grab or not? All of that will be litigated in a court of law. But according to Jay-Z, this never happened, is pure fiction. It is a money grab, and he's fighting for his name, reputation, and certainly innocence and justice in his view, which is he didn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, and you touched on a point, too, that I wanted to ask you about, which was that this was an amended This was an amendment to this already existing lawsuit. What are people to take away from that? The fact that they're coming back and adding to this now with this specific name.
Yeah, Jessica, so it depends. That's also common. You could amend lawsuits, right, as a matter of course, and you do, to include certain factual allegations. The interesting thing to me in terms of your question and the takeaway, if you had this information about Jay-Z, it happened allegedly in September of 2000. Why not include it in the original complaint? What happened between October and now that necessitated you putting in, and it's a question of credibility. Was he celebrity A, right, as was noted in the October complaint? Is this pure fiction? And what's interesting in the complaint is
I hope that lawyer's got some ironclad evidence, to be making all of these accusations, because it seems like he's biting off a lot more than he can chew. So, but they're making these allegations, and so let's hope that they got good evidence so they can go to court or take whatever legal they need to do.
Really, that is, the lawyer tries to tie Jay-Z to Mr. Combs in so many ways, right? Birds of a feather is the argument that he's making. You can make that argument. You need the facts to sustain it. Let's see if they come up with any facts.
Yes. All right, we will see. All right, Joey Jackson, thanks so much.
So, guys, we're going to go find this Breakfast Club. What they said about Jay-Z on the Breakfast Club this morning.
Here's a way to get a professional business number on your webpage that's connected to your mobile without a landline phone.
There's been a lot going on over the weekend. We do see that Jay-Z was the latest person named in the Diddy lawsuit. And this story is like an onion. It's a lot of layers to peel back. And so I'm going to bring Lauren in here to do this, because this is her first.
Because she called the sources.
This is her forte, because she can contact anybody from the Feds to Donald Trump. So I want her to come on in here. Come on in here, girl.
And I saw just trying to pronounce litigious this morning. Woo.
Well, I think I did a better job than you just did.
So Lauren's, she's gonna be reading out some of the things, and she, like I said, Lauren's got the inside intel from a lot of people. So let's listen to what she has to say.
Don't play with me.
Yes. Okay. So look, not even a laughing matter, right? So over the weekend, actually last night, Jay-Z was named in a lawsuit. This is a federal civil suit. This lawsuit is one that we actually talked about before. So y'all remember back in October when
okay, so it's a federal civil suit. So it looked like the feds are involved.
Tony Busby filed that big bunch of lawsuits against Diddy.
That's the one that set up the hotline.
Yes. Yeah. That was the start of all of that stuff, right around that time. So
I forgot the lawyer's name, and Busby. Busby, that's what he's called.
During that time when that was set up, there was a case that was mentioned. There was a 13-year-old girl who said she came to New York when she was 13 to go to the VMAs. She didn't have a ticket. She was excited to be here. She met a limousine driver who said he worked for Puff. And he was like, I can't get you into the VMAs, but if you come back here after, I can get you to an after party.
Now, 13-year-old was with no parents, just by themselves?
She came by herself. She came by herself. So
seems like she snuck away. She ran away or snuck away?
She was dropped off by a friend. Now, that girl in that lawsuit originally back in October said she went to a party. It was a Puff party, allegedly, when she got there.
Now, 13 years old. How old must she look to be 13 years old and got into these parties without an adult escort or no parent? Nah, she must look old as hell. And who the heck is that dilemma driver talking to a 13-year-old? Come on now. Come on. Something don't seem right here. 13-year-old, and you got invited into a party. You got into the party without no one suspecting, and you ain't got no parents around. Nah.
She had some drink. She started feeling a little crazy, and then she went to a room to like lay down and take a little, a little minute away from the people. When she woke up, Puff and two other celebrities, celebrity A and B, were in the room, and she was raped allegedly in that room. She called her dad to come get her when she was able to get away from the party, who didn't know she was there, and then it caused her like mental distress to this day. So that's why she was filing civil suit. So over the weekend, celebrity A was named as Jay-Z. So now that has like shattered the internet streets, as you guys can imagine, because I think for a while, people have been trying to place other celebrities in this and figure out who the other names are. And this is one of the biggest names outside of Diddy that we've seen named in all of this stuff. So now the civil suit still remains as is. The claims are still the same. The only difference is that she's saying that Puff was one of the people allegedly that raped her in that room, but that Jay-Z also participated, and that there was another celebrity who was a female celebrity, B, who watched. And she said that the woman is accusing Jay-Z and Puff of taking turns. Like Puff would, sexually assault her, rape her. And then Jay-Z would watch, and then allegedly Jay-Z would do the same, and then Puff would watch. And she says that no one helped her. Like the other celebrity that was in the room did not help her. Now,
and the other thing, well, I want to know, her dad, she said her dad came and picked her up. And you come and pick your daughter up and you see her distraught, and you don't start kicking over some chairs or stuff like that, or go to the police or stuff like that. And for so much years, nobody hasn't seen or heard or nothing's been said about this. Now, trust me, if I have a daughter and my daughter called me to come and pick her from somewhere and I see her upset, and she told me that she's been raped, well, I don't know if she told her dad. Trust me, I don't care who it is. I'm kicking over some chairs. I'm calling the police. Sorry. So I don't know something not shaky about this at all, because why are you as a grown man, a father, allowing this and nothing's been said, or nobody got arrested and nothing like that? And you go pick up your 13-year-old daughter. I don't care if she ran away or whatever she did, but she said she was at a party and grown men gave her drinks to drink and they took turns with her, and you ain't go kick over no chair. You must be crazy, man.
All of this like happened, right? This all dropped. People were like, well, what the heck is going on? You guys remember when all this started dropping around Puff, it was like statements from his attorneys trying to defend him.
Yeah.
Now with Jay-Z released a statement, I would say almost like immediately once this happened. And his statement was very different. I made sure all of y'all had the statement.
Yes.
Alrighty. So this is a long statement. Normally we only pick pieces of it, but I think it's important for us to read the full statement.
You gonna read this whole thing?
We need to.
Okay, let's do it.
So it says, my lawyer received a blackmail attempt. This is a statement directly from Jay-Z. My lawyer received a blackmail attempt, called a demand letter from a lawyer, in quotations, named Tony Busby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations of the public scrutiny that would make me want to settle.
Jay-Z's come out on the offensive, but that's like the same thing. What I say, P. Diddy claimed his innocence. And the feds, they say they need time to go through all of the tapes and stuff like that. Jay-Z must be really confident that he's not none of these tapes, because he's talking really strong about these allegations, and he wants the lawyer, Tony Busby, they want to press charges against him. So let's see what's going on.
No, sir. It had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. This lawyer who I have done a bit of research on seems to have a pattern of these type of theatrics. I have no idea how you have come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Busby, but I promise you I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor.
Valor.
Valor. You have neither nor honor or dignity. My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I, he says my wife, but we know he's like my Beyonce because like, why wouldn't you just say Beyonce? My wife and I have to sit our children down now, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such that at their young age. It is unfair to have to try and understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit. My heart and support goes out to the true victims in the world. I want to get to this next part. You have made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the projects of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me, that if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. I look forward to showing you just how different I am.
So it shows Jay-Z ain't playing at all. You know, he's defending himself. But, you know, like I said, we're just going to watch and see all of what's coming out. Every week, there's new development in all of these allegations and all of these P. Diddy stuff. And now Jay-Z's name's been called. Everybody can recall Jagra White. She said Jay-Z is just the same as well, allegedly. So, you know, is there some truth in it? Allegedly. So we just keep on, have to say allegedly, and then we watch and see what is going on. Because like he said, anyone who commit crime of these, if they're true victims, should be locked up and do a criminal case instead of a civil case. So, guys, yeah, I'm gonna end this one now, and then we're gonna do another video in a bit. So thank you guys for watching. If you're not yet subscribed, if you come this far into the video, hit the subscription button, tap the notification bell so you guys can be notified as soon as anything's been put up. Thank you guys for watching.